Greetings Marines, FiOth here, and in this best in class vid we will be dealing with both the Riot Guns and the Machine Pistols. That's because they both are guns intended to work in relatively short ranges, and with one exception, that being the Burst Pistol. There's no other way to categorize them, and I didn't want to make two vids for two guns in each one of them. The last one we will be mentioning here is by far the worst of the bunch, and the first one of course is the best. Let's go! Kramer Short Barrel. So the Kramer Short Barrel is one of these guns that when you first get it in your hands on standard, you'll be like, whoa, that's a lot of damage. But as you go higher on the difficulty scale, you'll start to see a pattern emerge here, and that is the gun has a minuscule magazine that will not be able to dish out enough damage to take down harder targets. And when it comes to the higher difficulty settings, a runner can have up to 2500 HP, and you will not be easily able to kill a runner with a mag of the Kramer Short Barrel, and you will feel very miserable. It's not like the gun is inherently bad, but our lack of options when it comes to drastically increasing the magazine side makes it somewhat less useful than the rest of them when it comes to more demanding scenarios. Of course, if you want to take it on standard or intense, it's gonna serve you, it's gonna put in work. It's not like that bad, but small magazine coupled with a huge loss of damage over even medium distances puts this at number 4 when it comes to this kind of weapon. M10 Auto Pistol. Look at this little fucker here. Look how pink and lovely it is. The M10 Auto Pistol is not a bad gun by any means. It can put in work, it has a very healthy damage profile, and up close it's gonna shred whatever the hell dares come close to you. The reason it lands on number 3 is because I'm trying to get two kinds of guns in the same category, and what comes first usually is the best out of the whole bunch. It's also a very close range weapon like the Riot Guns, so compared to the Kramer Short Barrel it absolutely is a better choice, but not so much compared to the Rapid Responder. Because we also have the Auto Pistol in here, the lack of ability to cover longer ranges takes a bit out of the utility of the auto, so for close ranges this is absolutely beast. You can use it easily to take down enemies. If you want to go to the longer ranges, you have to use the auto pistol. If you want the best possible damage out of this, let's say, damage profile, this damage mentality when it comes to pistol-like weapons, you'll be better off with the Rapid Responder anyway. So this lands at number 3. Type 78 Burst Pistol. Now, the existence of the Type 78 in this list kinda turns it from best in class to best in slot, to be absolutely honest with you. This gun can perform on much greater distances than the Rapid Responder, and it is a very good weapon indeed. What I do not like about the Burst Pistol is that it takes a bit of the skill out of the equation to give you more ease of use, but that deprives it of damage and overall DPS. I'm going to explain what I mean. We have a damage profile here stating a 315 value, and if you go into the combat pistol you have 315, but the fire rate is larger and it's much more versatile because you can go from target to target. Of course it has a weak point damage multiplier of 275 if modded correctly, whilst the Burst Pistol also has a much lower weak point damage profile. If you go with my suggested configuration, is a gun more attuned to giving you a chance to hit something out of your burst instead of focusing fire with pinpoint accuracy and dealing with enemies over longer distances. It is a very good gun. I would not have been able to put it together with the hand cannons because that would have made no sense. It is very usable though, and it will serve at longer ranges than the Auto Pistol. So for those reasons, it lands at number 2. Rapid Responder. The Rapid Responder is bae, it's waifu, it's love, it's life. It's a pocket-sized shotgun with a magazine capacity of 14 if modded correctly that can shred absolutely everything in front of you, even on higher difficulty settings. Couple this with some well-modified stims from a dock and you can have something pretty surprisingly lethal. People have been telling me on streams like, oh, you sold me on the Rapid Responder now that you've been using it. It looks so small and unassuming, but when you unload with this on the head of a warrior and see it pop, it's fucking awesome. So the Rapid Responder is my go-to gun for the handgun slot when it comes to close ranges, I'm gonna say. Compared to the Kramer, it's hands down better. Compared to the Auto Pistol, it will be a much more viable solution, and although it cannot reach the distances of the burst pistol, this will deal a huge amount of damage in very short notice if you use it in its intended range. It's also quite unique in its feel and functionality. Whilst the short barrel shoots one shell and then the other comes with the next pull of the trigger, laying on the trigger with this beast will unleash its full potential, and if you mod it as I suggested in a previous video, you're gonna have a result somewhat like this. Let me put it here. And that's indeed impressive. The reload is also very snappy if you use drum. That's what I've been using. Always let it rip and empty your mag. Your reload will be very fast and you can resume slaughtering the Xenos and Synths. Hope you found this useful, guys. We're getting close to finalizing all these best in class lists now. I'm not gonna leave anything out of them, of course. There's still ways to go until December and the next batch of DLC. Check Discord to find more people to play with. Consider Patreon and drop by the streams if you want to support the channel even further. Sub, like, and share for more content like this. And until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!